Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to another round of Shop My Stash. So I'm really excited to do this round of Shop My Stash because I did such a good job at picking my products the last time, and I'm ready to give you guys my update and my thoughts on the products that I picked the last time and pick out some new stuff. So yeah, let's jump straight into it. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Okay, so my Shop My Stash has changed just a little bit. I used to have these acrylic drawers on my vanity and I put my Shop My Stash in those, but since then I have definitely rearrange my vanity. I will have that link down below. I did like a gold and pink Hello Kitty themed vanity, and yeah, I'll have the link down below if you guys want to see me redo my vanity. But today we're going to focus on these products. I know my drawer looks a complete mess. I also use half of this drawer for my everyday makeup and then the other half for my Shop My Stash, so we will be focusing on the Shop My Stash items today, starting off with the primers. So these are the primers that I picked for this round of Shop My Stash. I chose the Honey Do Me Up primer from NYX, which is always good to have. It's always good to use, but it's definitely time to go back because I'm not trying to be dewy in the summer. And then I have the Ole Henriksen Banana Bright Face Primer. It was nice, but also time to go back. I'm sorry my neighbors are so loud. Next I have this Becca First Light. I don't know what's going on next door, but it's super loud. Next I have this Becca primer, and I'm almost finished with it, so I'm going to keep it and just finish it off. For setting sprays, I pulled the Anastasia Dewy set, which was good to have, but I'm going to put it back. Then I pulled the I Heart Revolution Tasty Peach Mattifying Setting Spray. That is staying with me because I think that'll be really good for the summer. And then I have this MAC Prep and Prime Watermelon Scented Setting Spray, Fixing Spray. I'm going to put that back as well. This primer got pushed to the back of the drawer, but this is the Too Faced Primed and Peachy Cooling Matte Skin Perfecting Primer. This is staying. For foundations, I had this, I have this Morphe 2 Hint of Tint. Oh, it's Hint Skin Tint in the shade Hint of Ginger. This is really good. I think this will also be really good for the summer, so I'm going to keep. And then I have this Uma Say What Weightless Soft Matte Hydrating Foundation. I love this foundation, but it's time to pick something else. And then I have my L'Oreal Infallible Foundation in the shade 515. That was good. I didn't get that much use out of this, but I'm ready to put it back. And then I did bring in the e.l.f. Halo Glow Liquid Filter Glow Booster. I only used this a few times. The first time I used it wrong, and the other couple times I did start to like it, so I'm going to keep this in and just see. Should I keep this in? Yeah, I'll keep it in for now. Okay, next for setting powders, I use this Urban Decay All-Nighter Translucent Powder. I found this at Marshall's for like $7 or $8, and this is so good. I definitely enjoyed using this, but I can go ahead and put it back for now. Now I use the e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. I really did enjoy this as well. I've had this in 2 rounds of Shop My Stash, so it's time for it to go back. I also have my Rimmel Stay Matte Powder, and I have the translucent one. I also had the other one. I can't remember what shade it was called, but I broke it. So there's that. Like literally the whole pan came out, so RIP to that powder. But this stuff is so good. I put a good dent in this. You can't see it on camera, but I put a good dent in this. I can literally see the pan forming. I kind of want to keep this in and see if I can hit pan on it, so I'm just going to do that. Oh, I think I skipped concealers. Okay, so let's get into these concealers. I pulled out tons of concealers because I was going through something. I don't know, I was in a mood. So first I pulled out my e.l.f. Hydrating Camo Concealers. I got some good use out of the shade Deep Caramel, but I didn't use Tan Walnut that much, but I'm ready to pick some new stuff, so I'm gonna put that back. Then I picked my Morphe No. 2 Hide and Peak concealers. I have the shade Peak of Tawny and Peak of Sienna. I did use both of these, and I do really enjoy these. I'm tempted to keep them in, but I'm gonna see how many concealers I pick, and I might keep those in or I might put them back. I don't know. I also brought in these 2 NYX Bare With Me concealer serums, and I used them as foundation, and it was really pretty. It felt so light on the face and it looked so pretty. This one didn't match me, but this one looked beautiful on my skin. So I'm going to I'm gonna think about this. I might keep that one in, but I'm definitely putting this one back because that was more like a little bronzer type of shade on me. My last two concealers that I have are the LA Girl Pro Conceal Concealer. I don't know why I ever stopped using this. This is really good. This was a good starter concealer. This is the first concealer that I ever used in life, and she is so good. You can never go wrong with this, and it is in the shade Fawn. I'm keeping this in rotation. Then I have this Hourglass concealer in the shade Dune. I'm keeping this in rotation. I'm finishing this up. I don't have that much left, and it's just a good brightening concealer. Really, it's not that much in here, so I might as well use it up. Next, let's get into bronzers. I did not pull that much bronzers. Oh, I'm missing a setting powder. I also brought in this Laura Mercier setting powder. Of course, Laura Mercier is always good, but it's time to go back. For bronzers, I brought in this Cream Fenty Beauty bronzer in the shade Chocolate. I noticed that when I used this, I kind of looked a little, I don't know, I just didn't really like the way this looked on me for the spring. And I know I'm not really tan, and I think I'll get tan maybe in the summer, and maybe I'll be able to pull this off in the fall. I don't know, but it's going back for now. And then I have this Colored Rain bronzer in the shade Naughty Spice. I got some pretty good use out of this, and I also really enjoy using this in my crease and then using like a little shimmer shade on my lid. This is really good for that. For highlighters, I brought in this Physicians Formula highlighter that's actually old, and yeah, I'm throwing this out because it performed very old. It was very clumpy, and I did not want to put this on my skin, so I'm definitely going to throw this out. Next, I brought in my Chanel highlighter in the shade Warm Gold, and I got some good use out of this. I'm actually wearing this today as well. I wanted to keep the Chanel in the pan, but I think it's about to go away because it's barely there anymore. But I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. It was very good to use though. I might keep it in, I don't know. Next, I brought in this Pat McGrath Bridgerton gold highlighter. I used this all over my lid. It was so gorgeous. I used it as a highlighter, and it's surprisingly very gorgeous. I thought it was gonna be too like yellowish gold on my cheeks, but when you blend it out, it just leaves this really pretty reflective gold shimmer. So I actually really enjoyed this, and I wish I would have used it more, but it's time for something else because I have a lot of highlighters and I can't keep them in rotation. Next, I have these two Glowish blush from Huda Beauty. I have the shade Very Juicy. Got some good use out of that, even though it doesn't look like it. And then I also have the shade Charming Cherry. Also got some good use out of that, but it's time for it to go back. I also brought in this MAC Stranger Things blush. I need to pull this out for the fall. This is not a spring summer color. Next, for blush, I pulled out my Ioni blushes. I did pull this specific shade in after I filmed my Shop My Stash, but I am so in love with these Ioni blushes. I kind of want to keep these in rotation because they're just so pretty. I use every single one of them, every single one, and they're just gorgeous. I want to keep them, so I'm keeping them in rotation. Oh, another item that I forgot to talk about is the Halo Glow Beauty one from e.l.f. This is in the shade Tan Deep. This is pretty good. I think I'm gonna move this over to my everyday makeup because this was just so easy to reach for and blend out. It's not really that great, but it's just something, you know. I'm gonna put this in my everyday makeup. Halo Glow blush. I'm not really feeling this, to be honest. I'm not really feeling this. I've tried this more than once. It's okay. It's not horrible, but it's not my favorite thing. And I did pull out my Rare Beauty blush in the shade Love, and when I'm doing my makeup and I look in my drawer and I see both of these two next to each other, I'm obviously grabbing the Rare Beauty one. So, you know, I definitely want to keep my Rare Beauty in rotation. I think that's gonna be cute for the summer. I want to get another shade as well, so I need to pay a visit to Sephora, but I'm doing all of my makeup shopping for my birthday, so that won't be anytime soon. I have 2 more months to go. But yeah, this is going back. And then last but not least, I have my Fenty Beauty Killawatt liquid highlighter in Hustler Baby 2.0. This was good to have, but it's going back. Moving over here, this is another bronzer that I had. I have the Morphe Phenom bronzer. I use this bronzer so much, and it literally does not look like it at all. I feel like I'm never gonna hit pan on this because I've used this a ton and you just can't even tell. I'm gonna keep trying, so we'll keep that one. We'll keep that going. Next, I have my Juvia's Place blush. This is the volume 6 blush. I absolutely love this blush. It's such an easy thing to reach for. I love all of my Juvia's Place blushes, and it's so hard for me to put them down, and I'm not ready to put it back. I'm not, so I'm gonna keep it. Then I have my BH Cosmetics Tulum palette. I use this a ton. This was great to have in rotation. I missed this palette, and I'm so glad that I pulled it out for the time being, but it's time for it to go back. Then for eyeshadow palettes, I had a few. Yeah, let's get this blush palette out the way real quick. This is my Pat McGrath Bridgerton blush palette, and I did get some pretty good use out of this as well, so I'm gonna go ahead and put it back. Now for eyeshadows, I pulled out this Juvia's Place Allure volume 3 eyeshadow palette. Got some really good use out of this palette. This palette is so pretty, but I'm ready to put it back. Next, I pulled out my Bridgerton palette from Pat McGrath. Also got some pretty good use out of this, so it's time for it to go back. Then we have my ColourPop Mulan palette. This was so fun to have in rotation. I love this palette. I've used this palette. I feel like this was the palette that I would reach for if I did not know what type of eye look I wanted to do, or if I wanted to just do a little something in my crease. But it's time for her to go back, so there's that. And the last palette that I pulled out was this Glam Light Barbie palette. I used the purples and the pinks, but I did not reach for any of the blues or the like turquoise colors. So I'm gonna go ahead and put this back. I really wanted to use the shade Vacay right here, but I'm not gonna keep this in my Shop My Stash just for one shade, so we're gonna put her back as well. Now for lip products, I feel like this got really mixed up, so I'm just gonna pull out a few that I know I pulled out the last time. I think my camera was out of focus that entire time that I was going through these lip products, so I'm just gonna show you guys what I'm keeping in. So I have a handful of clear lip glosses that I'm just gonna keep here and have them handy. But the lip products that I pulled out the last time that I'm keeping in rotation are these 5. These are the 2 ColourPop So Glassy lip glosses. This is the Fenty Beauty Cake Shake lip gloss. Actually, I'm gonna put this back. This is the NYX. This is a Milky Gloss in the shade Lilac Splash, so I'm gonna put that back. And then I have the Lifter Gloss in the shade Sun that I'm gonna keep. These are all really pretty for the summer, so I'm gonna keep those in rotation. But all of these are going back into my collection. Now I gotta put all this stuff back into my collection, and then we can pick some new products. Okay, so now all that's left for me to put away is these palettes, but I'm gonna put these away as I take out the other ones. So I'm just gonna leave these right here, and we're gonna pick out some products. So first up, we have primers and setting sprays. So for primers, I don't have like a ton of primers anymore because I decluttered a lot, but I think I'm gonna use the Professional primer. I'm also gonna pull out the e.l.f. Putty Poreless primer, or whatever you call it. I'm almost done with this one. I might as well finish that off. I think I'll also pull out the e.l.f. Mint Melt Cooling Face Primer. I don't have that many primers, which I'm very proud of because I used to have a ton. I think I'll also try this one out because why not? Yeah, I don't know. I probably can invest in a couple more primers, so maybe I'll do that. I'll refresh my primer selection. Oh, you know what? I also brought this new e.l.f. Well, it's not new. It's new to me because I never used it. But the Power Grip Primer, I think I'm going to pull that out. And then I'll put this Too Faced one back in. So I have 3 e.l.f. primers and then the Benefit Professional one. For setting sprays, I want to pull out this setting mist from ColourPop. I was using this for a good while and I just stopped. So yeah, I'm going to pull out my ColourPop setting spray. I want to try out this Conceal and Define Infinite 16-Hour Wear setting spray from Revolution, and I want to finish off this Make It Last setting spray from Milani. So I'm gonna pull those out, and that's it for setting sprays and primers. So now we're moving down to setting powders and bronzers. So for setting powder, I know for sure I want to pull out this Fenty Beauty Lavender Settings Powder. I used this in my video a little while ago and I was in love with it all over again, so I want to pull that out. I also want to pull out these NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop powders and give them another chance. You know what? I'll go ahead and pull out my Maybelline Fit Me setting powder. It's been a while and this is a good powder. I'm not sure which shade would be best for me. I'm going to pull out the shade 30. Oh, this is good. I actually want to pull out this L'Oreal Infallible foundation powder. I don't recall using this that much. Yeah, we're going to pull that out as well. So we got a ton of powders, which I need for the summers. For bronzers, I'm going to see. I think I'll pull out this CoverGirl Full Spectrum bronzer in the shade Ebony. And I think I want to pull out like palettes with bronzers in it. Let me see. Yeah, I think I'll try this Kenya Entreveros palette, but that looks a little light. I don't know. I have this hydrating complexion trio from Alamar Cosmetics, and I don't think I've used this much, so I'll pull this out as well. I miss this so much. Every time I put this down, I miss it, so I'm gonna pull this out as well. That's it for bronzers. It's really hard for me to pick foundations because I feel like I know what I like now, and I have all of my everyday foundations in here, and I just like to kind of stick to those, but I will pick out a few because I don't want these to go to waste. So I'm gonna pull out this Clinique foundation because it has SPF in it, which is good to have for the summer. I also like this Morphe foundation. This is the Filter Effect foundation in the shade Rich 30. This is pretty good, so I'll pull that out. And then I'll also pull out the NYX Total Control foundation in the shade Deep Sable. And I think that'll be it for foundations. So moving along to concealers, I want to try out this Morphe Filter Effect concealer, and I have more than one shade. I don't know which one is going to work best for me. So I have the shade Rich 26 Cool, I have Tan 20 Cool, and I also want to pull out my NARS concealers. I haven't used those in a minute, so I think I'll just pull out my NARS and my Morphe concealers. That's it for concealers. Moving down to blush, I want to pull out my Milani Cheek Kiss Cherry Issue blush, and maybe I'll even pull out this Europe Peach blush too. They look really fun for the summer, so I'll pull these. I really feel like sticking with Milani this go around, so I think I'm just gonna pull this one out as well. I was gonna do this one, but this one looks a little bit more fall friendly. So yeah, these three Milani blushes for sure. I also have my blush palettes back here. I missed this one. I put volume 5 back last time and I'm pulling it back out. So yeah. Moving down to highlighters. I always struggle to pick out highlighters because I have so many and I love them. So it's hard for me. I kind of want to pull back out this Revolution Plastic Boy highlighter. This is so pretty and I think it'll be good for the summertime. And then this MAC highlighter is super pretty. This is called Hot Damn and it is so gorgeous. I think this will be really pretty in the summer. Oh, let's pull out this Master Chrome highlighter. This is the shade Molten Gold, and I'm also going to pull out my Stila highlighter in the shade Bronze. This is so pretty. I remember loving this, so we're going to pull all of these highlighters out. This drawer has some face palettes and some eyeshadow palettes, but for face palettes, I'm going to pull out this Sephora Pro palette. It's been a while, and look at these shades. Like, I need to pull this out, so this is coming. And I kind of want to give this Jaclyn Rogue Romance palette another try. It has some really pretty pink shades, so we're going to pull this out as well. And what is this? Yeah, I'm going to pull out this Tammy X Revolution Golden Hour palette. It has some bronzers, a pretty blush, and a highlighter, so I'm going to pull this out as well. I think I want to pull out this ColourPop You Are Golden palette. It is so pretty and I think it'll be really pretty for the summer. I kind of want to pull out one of these card palettes because I don't even think I've ever used these two. This has some really pretty pops of color for the summertime. Whew, this is hard. Okay. I think I'm gonna pull this one. Oh my god, I don't know which one to pick. I don't want to pick both of them. I'm not really into doing colorful looks these days. Okay, I'm not going to pull these. I'll just keep these in mind, maybe. Maybe I'll pull it for a look or something, but yeah. So let's get into these drawers. Okay, so in this first drawer, I have my Pat McGrath and my Huda Beauty palettes. I'm not going to pull this one out quite yet. Let's see. I love my Mercury Retrograde palette from Huda Beauty, and is this giving the summer vibes? It's definitely not. I feel like Huda Beauty palettes give off this a very warm fall type of vibe, and they always come out around that time. Wow, I might as well pull out this Tammy Revolution palette because I'm pulling out the face palette. So I'm gonna pull this out. I have so much stuff in my hands right now. I was thinking about pulling out my Pat McGrath palette, but I don't think so. I think I'll wait on that and just put these back. I'm trying to see if these will look good for summer looks. I don't have anything in mind for those. So far we only have these two palettes. Going into this drawer, I definitely want to pull out my Wild Child palette because I miss this palette. This is one of my favorites and it looks so busted, but I love this palette so much. Grasslands is my favorite shade. I feel like I'm going to hit pan on this shade very soon, and yeah, so I'm gonna pull this out. I know these two palettes are kind of cute for the summer. Oh, I'm going to pull out this palette. This is the Lush Life palette from ColourPop, and I think this is so pretty and summery. So we're going to pull that out. Look how cute this little Hello Kitty palette is. I think that's it from this drawer. Next we have this drawer. This Hershey's Kisses palette that I have not used yet. That's definitely giving fall vibes. I have these two. Yeah, I think I'll pull this palette out for when I want to, you know, give a pop of color or whatever. Yeah, I'm gonna keep these in here now. In this next drawer, I have so much going on. I have all of these Juvia's palettes. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to pull any of these. None of those. Then I have this Powerpuff Girl palette. I have on a Powerpuff Girl shirt today. I think this palette will make Ari happy, so I'm going to pull it out. That's it from that drawer. In this last drawer, I just have this Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette. I haven't used this in a minute. I'll think about it. I also have this Ethereal Bloom palette from Artist Couture. I'm pulling this out. I also have their Caliente palette. So pretty. Now I have my Judy, my Anastasia palettes. My camera stopped recording at some point, but I'll show you guys everything that I picked out as far as eyeshadow palettes as I put them away. But I think I might have picked out too many products, so we'll see, because I don't got that much space to put in this drawer for all this stuff. So I'm gonna try to fit everything into the drawer, and I'll just loop it so you guys can watch me. I feel like I picked out too many eyeshadow palettes, so I'm putting this Dominique Cosmetics Latte 2 palette back, and I'm just going to make the rest fit somehow, I guess. My camera did stop filming while I was pulling out eyeshadow palettes, so I'm just going to show you guys all the palettes that I pulled out really quick. So this is the Ethereal Bloom by Artist Couture. This is what it looks like. This is my Wild Child palette that I love so much. I really love the shade Grasslands. This is just my bronzer. You guys saw me pull that out. Then I pulled out this Amrezy palette. Look how cute that is with my nails. Like, it literally matches my nails perfectly. But this is what it looks like. Plastic Boy X Revolution palette. I love to have me some neutrals. Also pulled out this Rude Cosmetics Fresh Cut Flower Child palette. The ColourPop You Are Golden palette. Face palette. And then I also pulled out the Tammy X Revolution Tropical Twilight palette. So those are all of my palettes. My allergies are literally kicking my butt right now, and I still have to pick out some lip products. So I'm just going to pull those out really quick and then show you guys, because my allergies are so bad right now. Oh, I forgot these ones. I forgot all this stuff right here. So I have the ColourPop Powerpuff Girls palette because I have on the shirt, and I think this will make Ari really happy because she loves the Powerpuff Girls. And then I pulled out the Lush Life palette from ColourPop. I think this would be really cute for the summer. I literally don't even know what happened just now. So I was saying that I pulled out my NYX This Is Milky Glosses in Mango Lassie and Mint Chocolate Chip, I think is what it's called. Yeah. And then I pulled out my Retro Paradise Elf collection. I want to use these up. Electric Lemonade and A Moment. I think I can use those up. I also pulled out my NARS High Security Lip Oil. And then I was saying that I pulled out my 3 lifter glosses from the Candy collection. I have the shades Sweetheart, Bubblegum, and Peach. I have Gummy Bear in my purse, and I think I'm just gonna leave it there because that's like one of my favorites. So yeah, gonna go ahead and pull these out. Cute shades for the summer. And then the last one is this NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Summer Fruit, and I'm gonna swatch it so I can show you guys what it looks like. That is what the NYX Butter Gloss looks like. It is so pretty. I think it'll be a cute little moment, so definitely pulling that out. And that is everything that I'm pulling from my Shop My Stash for the summer. So yep, there's everything. It's kind of squished, but I pulled out a lot of products, but I plan on having a lot of fun this summer. So yeah, but I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in my next video.